I'm Mrs. Galindo, a monolingual teacher.
Sarah Drummond, also monolingual.
Hortensia Salazar, monolingual.
Tony Trujillo, I'm the temporary first grade dual language teacher.
So we're so thrilled to be your top teacher this year and to be partnering with you guys in their education. And it's been great getting to know them so far.
So I'm going to go over classroom behavior stuff. Can't even speak, that's a problem. We try and stay aligned in this. The 3 B's, be safe, be respectful, be responsible. It's something we talk about a lot in our classroom throughout the day. We all have or are working on our social contract, so that's where we present some questions to them about how they want to be treated, how they think others want to be treated, and it becomes basically some classrooms that we keep in our classroom all year long, up on the wall, and we refer to throughout our days. We very much believe in positive reinforcement. One of those things, we use the 3 B's for that positive reinforcement. They're tickets, maybe you've seen them, maybe you haven't. They're blue tickets, and they say be safe, be respectful, be responsible. The teacher can put their name on them and the date, and basically whenever we see a kid being exceptionally safe, respectful, responsible, we hand them that ticket. And then they also have something, sometimes kids keep them, sometimes we put the tickets in one place, and at a certain point when it's full, maybe they get to draw, and if their name is in there, they get a special prize, or gift with the teacher, treasure box, shoes off, something like that that's fun and meaningful or motivating for them. Just as a way, again, to say, like, we're noticing you doing the right things and build that expectation. Also, for behavior, if there's ever positive or negative things we need to communicate, we will contact you either through email or Seesaw. So if you don't have the app downloaded, please do that. That's a really efficient way for us to communicate quickly with you guys.
Homework. So in first grade, we have optional homework menus, which I'm sure a lot of you have already seen one. Our first one was sent out last week. And so it's, we want homework to be meaningful. So they're very interactive things that you can do with your child or your child can do alone, but they are optional. If they do want to do it, all we ask is that you color in one square, whatever they do. You can turn it in. We usually give blue tickets or some sort of a reward for doing homework, but it is optional. Let's see, we also occasionally send unfinished work to be completed at home. Of course, that's just a case-by-case basis. Yeah, we offer, last week I also sent out the word work. We email 5 sight words out every week, and we sent out activities you can do with those sight words to help them get used to the first grade high frequency words that they will need to know by the end of the year. So every week, 5 will be emailed out in our weekly email.
So communication, email is our primary mode of communication. We send one home every week. It includes important dates, it includes what we're learning for the week. And then we also have Wednesday folders where we will send extra communication from the school. Seesaw is the app that we're using to share your child's work with you. Our goal is to share 2 either pieces of work or learning photos every week. And you're the only one that's allowed to access. Me and you are the only people that can see it, or anyone you decide to give the password to. No other parents or no other children are seeing your child's work. And then email is the quickest way to get a hold of us during the day. Our phones are all on send calls, so we won't see a phone message until the end of the day at the earliest time. If there is a time where you have to change transportation, you have to call the office and they will give us a form to change that mode of transportation. We just want to make sure that we get that in time so your kid's not going home away where no one's expecting them to.
Okay, so growth mindset, I hope that's something that you'll have heard before, but if not, it's really important to us that we instill a growth mindset in our kids. We want to celebrate their successes and really teach them to think that there's not something that they don't know, but that we're building on what they already know to push them forward. when we share, work with you, conferences, report cards, our comments are gonna reflect flows and woes, so that we're saying something, positive that we're seeing and something specific to work on. A positive outlook, a growth mindset, that they're gonna continue to grow. So no matter what level they're performing at, we're always gonna have something of flow and growth.
Alright, so our math will consist mainly of problem solving. And a typical math block will look like numeracy, which is practicing counting, skip counting, number talks, a problem of the day, which is problem solving and a lot of exploring, yes, and then also a share out and reflection. We encourage critical thinking by focusing on problem solving. Students will show their current knowledge. Students will also critically think about how they are solving problems and show different ways to solve it. So like Ms. Drummond said, we focus on growth. So even if problem solving is difficult at the beginning of the year, usually by the end of the year, it's so much easier for them to know what to do, and that's what we're working towards.
So by the end of first grade in math, your child will know how to solve problems that involve analyzing the information, creating a plan, determining a solution, justifying it, and evaluating the reasonableness of the solution. Display, explain, and justify mathematical ideas and arguments using precise mathematical language, written or orally. Compose, decompose, order, and compare numbers up to 120. Solve addition and subtraction problems within 20 with a start, change, or result unknown. Identify the value and names of coins. Skip count by 2s, 5s, 10s to 100. Classify, sort, and identify 2D and 3D shapes. Measure using non-standard units. Tell time to the hour and half hour. Collect data and represent it in the form of picture or bar graph. And then answer and generate questions about the graph. This is just some of what we do. I know it sounds like a lot, but these are from the Texas State Standards for every first grader in the state of Texas to learn by the end of the year.
Okay, so reading. At Round Rock ISD, we follow a workshop model. Workshop is basically a structure that really pushes students to be creative and responsible in their own learning. We give them a little something that's really actionable, and then they have the bulk of the time to really apply that to their reading or their writing. So the workshop, let's see. They take charge of their own learning. They're the ones that are active and engaged versus us just staring at them and telling them how to read. They get to actually read and apply those things. Students who are engaged in the workshop model are actively learning the material and the concepts that they need to master. So it's a really wonderful model.
So by the end of first grade, your child will know how to make predictions, inferences, and connections with text, write reading responses that demonstrate comprehension skills, and provide text evidence. So this is something that we do every day, and right now it's a lot of pictures, but by the end of the school year, they should be able to, have a good written response. Read multiple different genres of text, identify the author's purpose of a given text, and decode unknown words, and identify at least 100 high-frequency words, and read at level J books. And in our classroom, we'll have examples of what level J looks like.
So writing, we also follow the workshop model in writing as we do in reading. So we begin with a mini lesson where we're teaching, we're modeling what we want them to do in their papers. Then we go to independent writing where they are writing and they're working, and we're either pulling back small groups to help different strategies or walking around and conferring with students as they're writing. And then near the end of the block, they have a chance to share their writing with either the class or a partner or with us. And this is also something that we do every single day. Your child might be working on the same writing piece for weeks at a time because we go really in depth into the writing process on editing and revising and publishing.
Okay, so by the end of first grade, your child will know how to create writing pieces by following the writing process. They're planning, they're drafting, they're revising, they're going back and editing, and then publishing it. They're going to be able to compose personal narratives, poems, procedural texts, thank you notes, and letters. They'll be able to follow the inquiry process for research projects with teacher assistants. Correctly spell high frequency words use phonetic spelling for new words, and sentences with correct punctuation and capitalize the beginning of sentences, pronouns, and not.
Okay, report cards. So we have a 4-point scale, 1 through 4. 1 means you need teacher guidance, or your child will need teacher guidance, and that means like direct one-on-one help. Level 2 means that exhibit skill concepts with minimal guidance, maybe a little bit of help, maybe ask some questions, not too much. Level 3 means that they master the skill independently. So that's the key word. We want them to do it independently. You know, no help from the teacher. And level 4 is if your child has the understanding beyond first grade level. So if you're thinking at a second, third, fourth grade level. It is based on a learning continuum. So because the 3 indicates that a child masters end of year grade level expectations for concept or skill, it may be likely that you see a 2 for a concept or skill in multiple report cards in a row. This does not indicate lack of progress. It just means that we may not have taught what they need to know at the end, or because it's at a continuum, like in math, we may start at numbers to 20 or something and then grow from there.
Can I add something? Also, every report card, your child might have, because it's every 9 weeks, your child might have a 1 and a 2 for that period of time, either in math, reading, science, but then get either higher or lower the next time because we are assessing those 9 weeks. So don't be surprised if they get 2 or 3, let's say if they're 3, and then the next report card they might get a 1 or 2. It has nothing to do, so it's not like you're going to get, it's based on that assessment and that teaching that was going on during those 9 weeks.
So we're sending out some extra information regarding snacks, special areas, our class schedule, and ways to help support your child's education at home. There is a paper in there, it's a yellow sheet. You just share any information that you would like us to know about your child. You don't have to complete that here. You can complete that at home and send it back with your child tomorrow or next week sometime, and we will look through it.
Yeah, and to tack onto that, that yellow sheet is private, just like she said, send it back, but it can be any information you think is relevant. Maybe it's how you feel about reading, or maybe it's family circumstance, like anything you think might be relevant to how they approach the classroom on a day-to-day basis. Again, this is like a private thing. It's just for our information so we can better teach your kid. This stuff can be helpful. Like she said, there's folders on every student's desk with handouts covering like a variety of topics. Just take it home. You can work on that and send it later. Something I wanted to touch on too. Also in the classroom will be level D books, which is what they were expected to be when they entered first grade, able to read, and there will be level J books, which is the end of year goal. So y'all can really kind of see and compare, look for yourself and see, okay, where's my kid, what's the end of year goal, and there is a fall conference sign-up sheet. So combining, you're looking at the level J books and your fall conference sign-up sheet. We have like 45 minutes until like we're done here. What would be best, any questions you have tonight is for like day-to-day routines, schedules, general questions about day-to-day classroom stuff. If you have questions or concerns about your child, we as their teacher will be better able to answer that at fall conferences. Because right now we're spending a lot of our day getting to know your kid and also taking data on where they are in all these different academic areas. So I will, and all of us will be much more comfortable answering those questions and prepared to answer those questions at fall conferences. So if you do have academic concerns or just specific questions specific to your student, we request that you save that for the fall conference because we're just not going to be able to answer all those questions, everybody in the next 30 minutes, and we're also not going to feel prepared to answer those questions for your student. We want to make sure we're speaking straight into where they are. So please notice when you walk in the room the folders with the handouts, the level books as well as some prior notebooks from end of year like science notebooks so you can see what we do in the course of the year and the fall sheet. So is that it?